Hello, and this is Storytime with Elvin. Today we are reading Little Red Riding Hood by Jerry Pinkney. In a small cottage, there lived a sweet little girl and her dear mother, who once made for her daughter a lovely little riding hood. The child cherished it and wore it everywhere, so that all in the village affectionately called her Little Red Riding Hood. One day, Mother cooked some delicious chicken soup and raisin muffins. Your grandmother is not very well today, she told her daughters as she packed the warm treats. Go see how she is faring. Mind you, little miss, she instructed. Be certain to go straight there. Little Red Riding Hood set out at once. The gentle sounds of the child footsteps on the new snow, crunch, crunch, kept her company. Oh, how peaceful, she thought, catching a snowflake on the tip of her tongue. I wonder if Grandma will be surprised to see me. By and by, Little Red Riding Hood met a sly wolf. The wolf, who was always hungry, had a mind to eat her up at once, but thought better of it when he heard the chop, chop of the woodcutters working nearby. Where are you going, little one? He asked in his most pleasant voice. My grandma is not very well today, Little Riding Hood replied, forgetting that her mother did not want her to delay. I'm taking her some chicken soup and raisin muffins. The clever creature smiled. Does she live far from here? He asked. No, she said Little Red Riding Hood. Just behind the mill, across from the pond next to the big oak tree. I'll join you, for I was just heading that way, said the wolf. He walked along with the child for a short distance and had an idea. Why not kindling for a fire? It will warm your granny's heart. That's a wonderful idea. Look, the snow has brought down so many small branches. These will make a good fire. Little Red Riding Hood gathered as many twigs as she could carry, tying the bundle with the ribbon that fastened her grandma's basket. In the meantime, the cunning wolf slipped away to grandmother's cottage with great haste. Tap, tap, he knocked. Who's there? Asked grandmother in a frail voice. It's me, your granddaughter, replied the crafty scoundrel, doing his best to sound like the little girl. The door is unlocked, grandmother replied. Just lift the hatch. Once inside, the wolf leaped upon the startled woman and gobbled her down. Then he shut the door and dressed himself in one of grandmother's nightgowns. After struggling to get her cap down over her ears, the wolf, who was still quite hungry, settled into bed and waited for his next meal. Before long, Little Red Riding Hood arrived at the cottage. Tap, 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 she knocked. Who's there? Croaked the wolf. The girl was startled by the hoarseness of Grandma's voice. It's me, your granddaughter, she responded. I brought you soup and Mama's special raisin muffins, and I found kindling to start the fire. Soon you'll feel just like yourself. Just lift the hatch and come in, the voice invited her. I can't wait to see how much you've grown. The little girl opened the door and closed it gently behind her. The wolf lay in bed with sheets right up to his whiskers and grandmother's nightcap pulled as low as he could manage. Put your basket on the chair and come closer, he said as sweetly as he could. You're a head taller since I saw you last. Little Red Riding Hood, anxious about her poor grandma's health, went right to her bedside. Oh, Grandma, what great arms you have, said the child in wonder. All the better to hug you with, my dear. Oh, Grandma, what big ears you have, she remarked. All the better to hear you with, dear. Oh, Grandma, what great eyes you have, the girl cried out. All the better to see you with, my dear. Oh, Grandma, what great teeth you have. All the better to eat you with, my dear. Aloud. And with those awful words, the wolf leaped up out from the cupboard, sprang upon Little Red Riding Hood, and swallowed her whole. Now, said the wolf with a satisfied sigh, a long nap is all I need after such a full meal. And so he climbed back into bed and fell asleep. The wretched creature snored so loud that one of the woodcutters, who was passing by the cottage, wondered if somebody might have been wrong with the kindly old woman lived next door. As the man approached the door, he spotted 2 sheets of fresh tracks among the snow. One set appears to be a small child, he thought. The second set appears to be a large paw prints. The woodcutter cautiously entered the cottage and made his way towards the nose that rumbled so deeply it caused the china to the cupboard to rattle. Aha, he thought when he found the wolf, who had a very, very large belly in deep sleep. Then to the man's great surprise, its belly stirred. With one stroke of his axe, he killed the wolf. Then he cut open the animal's stomach with the old woman's shears. Out jumped Little Red Riding Hood with a smile as bright as fresh snow. Out climbed the kindly old woman. Once she saw her granddaughter was out of harm's way, her heart filled with gratitude. Grandmother had never felt better. Later, after the woodcutter had buried the wicked wolf in the deep forest, he returned to warm himself by the fireplace, where Grandma had started a fire with Little Red Riding Hood kindling. All 3 were comforted with Mother's chicken soup and raisin muffins. The sweet raisins reminded the girl of home and what her mother had told her. Little Red Riding Hood readied herself to leave, and Grandma said, "Now, little miss, you be certain to go straight home." And she did. The end. It's a story time with Oven, and this was Little Red Riding Hood. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment for more. And come back next time. Goodbye.